Hi everybody, how are you doing? I hope all is well with you. Welcome back to my channel. Good morning to you. Yes, I am here this hour to share something very, very important. It's a kind of continuation of the event. 30th of May has come and gone, and we are now in a new month. So I want to wish you a happy new month, a successful month, a month of protection, healing, restoration, blessing, and what have you. Let it be for us, and we are going to see the end of the month. Now, listen. In the past, few days on 30th, we witnessed something very, very important, both in the homeland and outside the homeland. USB gathered in Washington D.C. to remember those that died, heroes and heroines, of Biafra movement, those that died and those that sacrificed their life. It's not about those that died in 60s. Even the people that are dying recently, like Ikonso and other people, are part of it. Everybody know that it's not something that you can say, okay, it's only meant for people that died in 60s. No. Memorial Day has come and gone, and we are still in the mood of that event. And there's something that happened in DC, in the Washington DC, that I want us to go through in this particular video. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Once again, you are welcome. All right, so let's quickly go to the event. The picture you are seeing here is the reason why I am recording this video. Because many of you know this man that interviewed DPM some time ago. He interviewed DPM, and that video went viral. In that interview, he was trying to be careful. He said that he's not validating any group, and DPM understood that statement. She did not overreact. She don't even react. She just said, "Okay, all right." And DPM spoke about the killings of Christians going on, that genocide, as I think that was early 2025. All right, early 2025. In that interview, DPM talked about the killing of Christians going on in Nigeria before the thing went viral after a couple of months, or even early this year, 2026. People started talking about Christian genocide in Nigeria, that the American government have recognized it, and investigation has been conducted, and it's no longer a rumor that Christians are being massacred in Nigeria. So I saw the video of this man in Washington DC. I think his name is Spencer. So we're going to go through everything one by one. But there's a kind of statement, a press release that comes with it from DPM. So let's see if you can go through it together before any other thing. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel in case if you are new. Make sure you put your comments and share it to many platforms of your choice. The picture you are seeing on your screen now is from dpm.ngozi Orabeze. So she made this publication talking about giving press release on the event and outcome of the event and something like that. And of course, she reported the keynote speaker, who happened to be Robert Spencer, the man I told you just now. So let's quickly go through everything before we now wrap it up with the video of the man himself dropping his keynote speech in Washington, D.C., in head office of USB government in Washington, D.C. So please bear with me as we go through it. Press release, May 31st. Okay? May 31st. United States of Biafra Christian Nation and its citizens mark Memorial Day 2026 in Washington, D.C. in homeland. And like I told you, everywhere, globally, anywhere you find United States of Biafra citizens, everybody is busy doing one or two things to remember the heroes and heroines. A special thanks to our keynote speaker, Director Jihad. Watch the video. I did it. Director Jihad. Watch Jihad. What like? I think this is a organization watching the movement of jihad. That's what I can make out from this. That not that they're supporting jihad, please. The man is kind of people that watch how extremists are trying to carry out jihad and all that. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because that's what I can make out of this line, this message here. His name is Robert Spencer and his entourage. She said, watch the video. He said, the spread and active participation in global jihadism, terrorist propaganda, and imperialism by the Nigerian state and its politicians led to the incarceration of PM Simon Ekpa and Mas Nnamdi Kanu. I call for their release. Today, 30th of May, we bow our heads as one nation to honor the men, women, and children who gave their lives for the freedom of Biafra from 1967 to 1970, and in every year since, our heroes have stood in the face of genocide, displacement, and denial. Their sacrifices is the foundation upon which the United States of Biafra stands today. On November 29, 2024, in Lahti, Finland, the Biafran Republic government in exile, operating with the name and title of the United States of Biafra, USB, redeclared our nation to the world. We are not asking to be free, we are free. We are not seeking a country, we are a country. The United States of Biafra, with its 40 states, lives in the heart and action of our people. On this May 30th, across our land, Biafrans observe this sacred day as a national public holiday, declared by their government. Markets closed. States of Biafra not out of fear, but out of love. Okay? But out of love. For those who died and faith in the nation. We are rebuilding. Faith in nation, we are rebuilding. Your discipline on May 30th is a message to the world. Biafran government itself, Biafra governs itself. The voluntarily Monday sit at home and adds to the control to USB government exert on its territory. To our fallen heroes, your blood was not shed in vain. The flag you raised still flies. The anthem you sang still echoes. The United States of Biafra remember you, and we continue to remember you until justice is complete. To the mothers who lost sons, to the children who grew up without fathers, to the survivor who carried the scars, your government sees you. Your pain is a covenant. Your dignity is our duty. To the international community, take note. A people who can collectively honor their dead, who can keep a national holiday across 40 states, are a people who govern themselves. The United States of Biafra is not an aspiration, it is a reality, redeclared on November 29, 2024, and lived every day by its citizens. To Nigeria, our neighbors, you are currently occupying our peaceful Biafran nation and forcefully removing and secretly killing our young men and women and fathers using reintegrated terrorists you recruited into the Nigerian military, DSS, special squad, and police. I peacefully ask you to leave our land. We will continue to defend our people and territory. We will remember, we will rise. May Chukwu Okike Abiama bless the United States of Biafra. May he grant peace to the souls of our heroes and heroines. May he strengthen every Biafran at home and in the diaspora. Long live United States of Biafra. Long live Biafran Heroes Memorial Day. Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, Deputy Prime Minister, Biafran Republic Government in exile, operating as the United States of Biafra, May 30th, 2026. All right, so this is the message. This is the, look at the man that I told you about just now. Look at him when he.
Hello and welcome.
That is Spencer.
Kind of an unusual thing for.
Okay, look at him here.
Hello and welcome. This is kind of an unusual thing for Jihad Watch Video.
So you know him. Yeah, Jihad Watch Video. So like Jihad, people that watch, you know what I mean? He said it himself. Now we are gonna, let me present to you. I don't know why it's hanging, to be honest with you. It's supposed to move to another thing, but just bear with me. Let me get it done properly. So let's quickly touch what is, other things that comes with it. Like you can see the man here, Spencer having, this is the picture that he took with DPM. And here again, okay, I want to, yeah. This is events, people. You see how colorful this place is, right? Can you imagine? Now, this is a Biafrans in the head office in US. You can see DPM here, and of course, from D. And this is not the only one. Okay, let's go to Spencer's speech. Look at it here. He was there live, delivering, giving his keynote, speech to Biafrans.
But I have never been so honored to be in the company of a group of people as I am today. And the reason for that is, of course, very clear. On July 4th, coming up very soon, the United States of America will celebrate its 250th anniversary.
Yes! Yes!
The men who wrote the Declaration of Independence that was signed on July 4th, 1776, they said, and from the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Never in my life have I ever been in the company of people with that kind of.
Sorry about that.
Of the United States of Biafra, I have to say I've spoken of divine providence. We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. Never in my life have I ever been in the company of people with that kind of courage and determination to attain freedom. And so I cannot possibly convey to you how immensely honored I am that you would have invited me to your celebration today. And I stand with you wholeheartedly in solidarity for the freedom and independence of the United States of Biafra, for the protection and prosperity of the Christians in Biafra and in Nigeria.
So if you want to watch it complete, because if you want to watch the complete video, please go to DPM X handle. The video is there, the complete version of the video. It is actually here. That's what I am playing right now. But because of the time, because of the minutes of the video, I don't want to play it long. So we're gonna listen to that just a few more minutes, then I will now end it. Do you understand? So please bear with me.
Millions upon millions of people around the world. The jihad dominated. Do you know that in all of the Quran, in all of Islam, there is a great deal about politics, about how to govern the state, but there's not a single word about Muslims and non-Muslims living together as equals in peace. It doesn't exist as a concept
Exactly.
in Islam. In Islam, the Muslims must rule and dominate. The non-Muslims must be subjugated, pay tax to the Muslims, accept various kinds of humiliation, discrimination, and harassment. You know this far better than I do.
Yes.
You've lived through it. And it's the same struggle all around the world. Everywhere in the world where there are Muslims living together in close proximity with non-Muslims, everywhere. The Muslims do violence to the non-Muslims. The Muslims try to expand their territory at the expense of the non-Muslims. And meanwhile, at the same time, they claim to be the victims and gain the support of the international community. And this is why Biafra of 1967 to 70 was crushed. It was the British, as you well know,
Yes.
it was the British for their own economic and political reasons.
Yes.
In conjunction with jihadi states such as Algeria and Egypt that came together to crush the desire of the people of Biafra for independence. And it was at that time that Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, did I say that right?
That's right. Woo!
In his Angular Declaration, he said it very plainly. He said it far better than I could. He said, the Biafran struggle is a resistance to the Arab Muslim expansionism, which has menaced and ravaged the African continent for 12 centuries. As early as the first quarter of the 7th century, the Arabs, a people from the Near East, evolved Islam not just as a religion, but as a cover for their insatiable territorial ambitions. And that, you see...
Okay, so I'm going to pause it here. Please, the speech is very, very awesome. I'm not going to lie. He delivered a very, very, no wonder DPM highlight on that as a keynote speech. Honestly, he delivered a very powerful message coming from a very good research work, because for him to go deep as reminding us the contribution of Arab world during 1967, 1966 to 1970, it is not something that you can just wake up and do. You must go to work. You have to research and find out truly this is what happened. Who actually assisted Nigeria? You see, the jihad, the plan of Islamization, it did not just start today. It's not something that one man concocted. It is a well-organized plan that attack on our people. And some of us are still sleeping over that. You still don't believe it until your head will be lifted off from your shoulder. Then only you can realize that truly you are not being trapped. It is unfortunate, and I don't wish that it will get to that level. Although it's very, very close, that you cannot see. Every now and then when you wake up, you'll be hearing news, breaking news and all that, what is going on in Southwest, in Yoruba land. Do not allow that to be your portion. It's not going to be funny, and I'm not calling for violence. I'm just trying to tell you that the world, the situation where we are now, is somehow delicate, and you must do something about it. You have to. Otherwise, look at Kwara State, look at Benue State, look at Northeast, Plateau State, for example. Is that what you want for yourself? There's a video that I saw this morning in Imo State. People are running away, running for their lives. Some Tochiku posted that short video on X. Some to is the ex-Nigerian army. You know what I mean. So I'm not going to go for that. I just want to remind you, Makandi, oh, I am not in England. Oh, you know, I'm in America. I am in Canada. I'm free. Yes, I live very comfortably in South Africa. In this country where I am now, somewhere in Asia, in Arab world and all that is you are being saved. You are not. You are not. God ask Israelis what they went through during their own time. Scattered all over the world, and they're being quiet all over the world. Think about it. There's another agenda that Igbo people are not being loved anywhere you find them because they are being hated because of their character, because of this. This is a way just to call people from different part of the world to begin to slaughter people. That we are not the bad, bad thing that God created. It's not true. If you don't recognize yourself, nobody will recognize you. This goes to the fallback. If you don't recognize yourself, nobody will recognize you. That's why when you meet somebody for the first time, you said, "My name is AAABB." You know what I mean? The person can start calling you A and BB. You know what I mean? So don't just say, "Oh, let me just keep on. Let me fold my hand. I will be recognized out of pity." Mention one country that have gotten their freedom or independence to using that method. Think about it. I'm going to end it here. Please like the video. Let me know what you think about all this discussed so far this morning. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. God bless you. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye for now.